Gang, let's get started with we'll start with our yin practice this evening. So, sorry, ooh, that's bright, overdose of pink. Come to your seated posture, just a happy seated posture. Just kind of ground yourself in, sit nice and tall. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. One more deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. And then just seal the lips, bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Start to come into your breath in and out through the nose. We'll bring the hands to heart center, bow the chin. Take a moment to come to your intention for practice this evening. So we're working through our wall yin sequence, long holds, de-stressing mode. So maybe your intention might reflect around that. And then one more deep breath in through the nose. Inhale that intention all the way in. And then exhale back out. Release the hands down. Good. Okay, gang, so we are going to flip around. So I will be with my back kind of to you for this practice. We're going to start with a legs up the wall. So what you want to do is slide up next to the wall. Bring your feet up on the wall. So your butt can be as close to the wall as you can get it. You may even want a little blanket under your head. We'll bring those feet up on the wall. Sorry, I have to start my timer for the poses. And then once your feet get up there, just put your hands, either they can come down by your sides or they can even come out wide. Your palms can be up or down, whatever feels best for you. And then just kind of point and flex your feet. Point and flex. Maybe even close the eyes for this practice as I'll talk you through it. Point and flex. Kind of circle the ankles around. Reverse your direction, go the other way. Good. And then find your comfortable spot. Obviously, the closer you are to the wall, the deeper you are into that pose. Make sure you have some bend in your knee. Kind of fidget around, make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can so that you can hold into the posture. So once you get to that comfortable spot, you want to do your best to stay in the posture. You do want to come to the point where you actually feel something in this posture. So if you're not feeling anything, you may be a little too far away from the wall. And again, I mentioned this way at the beginning, but if you have high blood pressure, this is not the yoga practice for you. It's counterintuitive for people with high blood pressure to bring their feet up in the air like this. So find your posture, find your breath. We're going to come into this rectangle breathing. So I want you to picture a rectangle. And on the inhale, we're going to count to 4 as we go up the side of the rectangle. So here we go. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 5 across the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for 4 for 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll exhale for 5, going the long way for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can continue that breath. Inhales take you up the side of the rectangle. Exhales take you across the long way for a 5 count. In and out through the nose. Letting the body be supported by the earth. Feeling steady, safe, and grounded. Notice how if you start to feel your body start to just let go a little bit. Maybe drop some of the heaviness it's carrying around. Notice if you can continue your breath. So we're working to get out of our fight or flight or freeze mode into the parasympathetic nervous system to restore and rest and heal. Noticing that in this posture, you can just let go and be here. As the earth supports you. Take one more nice, long, deep, slow breath. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start to bring one knee into your chest and then the other. Hug the arms around the shins or the front of the knees and just start to rock side to side. Taking your time, still breathing here, hugging those knees in nice and deep. Maybe just massaging that low back as you rock side to side, maybe making little small circles with those knees. Beautiful. Take one more breath, and then we'll bring your feet on the wall with your knees bent, and take the soles of the feet together in a butterfly pose. Now, the lower your feet are, the deeper the stretch. The closer to the wall you are, the deeper the stretch. So if you need less, your feet come up and make more of a diamond shape. If you need more, they're coming down. Remember, you do want to feel a moderate stretch here. You want to find your edge in this posture. Get to the point where you're feeling it, but that you can stay and hold in this posture and not run away from it. Maybe play with arms coming out to the side and then cactus arms with bending your elbows and your fingertips going back away from your feet. And then come back to that rectangle breath, breathing nice and deep. Notice where you're holding on. Send the breath there. Again, you may need to shimmy up a little closer to the wall or a little farther away, or adjust your feet up and down. But once you found that posture, try to stay in it. If you're out wide in a cactus arms, try to find the spot where you can put the backs of the hands down on the floor. So maybe the bend of the elbow isn't as deep if your shoulders are tight. Allowing the hips to open, the inner thigh. Just allowing the chest and collarbone to be broad here. Nice deep breaths. See if you can keep coming back to your intention. Deep breaths. Start to lift the hands a little and then just circle your wrists around. Good. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees and let's just start to close that butterfly. Bring the feet on the wall nice and wide. Your knees are bent. Maybe not quite 90 degrees. They can if you need them to be. And then just arms out wide to the side and just gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. It's not going to be a big windshield wiper here. Just enough to find a little movement back in that joint. Deep breaths as you're doing this. Good. Come back through center. We're coming into figure 4 up on the wall. So you're going to put your right leg long. Take your left ankle, bring it to your right thigh. Now, if you need more, start to bend this knee like this. You'll have to shimmy away from the wall a little bit so that your tailbone stays down. I don't need a lot with this posture, so my leg can stay up here and maybe just a little bend in the knee. Nice deep breaths here. If that's totally uncomfortable for you, flip yourself around, put your foot on the floor, and come into your regular figure 4. Okay, so that your foot is down and then you come through there. So your choice, if you're tired of your legs being up on the wall or you just need to change that, feel free to do so. We're going to be here about almost 4.5 minutes. So nice deep breaths. Your arms again can be wide. Kind of play with that. Maybe it's time to turn your hands down. Maybe you want your thumbs up. Maybe you want to go back to that cactus posture, or you can even bring those arms up above your head if you'd like a little more intensity in the shoulders. Come back to your rectangle breathing. Nice deep breaths. Maybe your count of your breaths has gotten even a little bit longer than a 4 and a 5. Maybe your inhales are up to a 5 and your exhales are up to a 6. Notice the hips settling in. Try to stay with these postures. Try not to flee. Remember, we're going right to your edge. We're working to get into the joint here, not the muscles. We have about 30 more seconds in this posture. Breathe nice and deep. Slowly start to uncross. Bring one knee into the chest and then the other. And then gently start to hug knees into chest. Again, maybe a little rock side to side here. You'll probably feel that hip joint in there. Feeling the rebound effect as we restricted the blood flow and now everything's rushing back in. Circle those knees around. Move it side to side. Come back through center. Let's switch sides. So figure 4 on the other side. So left leg is up the walls, right ankle to the thigh. And then again, you can walk your left foot down the wall, put your foot on, bend that left knee as much as you need to. I don't need much, so my leg stays nice and long here. And then settle in, so fidget around as much as you need to. Find your edge, sliding your foot down enough so that you can find the edge of where you can be just a little uncomfortable, but where you can hold it for the next 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. Come back to your breath. Soften the shoulders down. Just let gravity take over here. Come back to your breath. Notice the body being supported even more by the earth as you relax down into your mat. Shoulders are soft. Deep, long, slow breaths. Stay with the posture here. Notice that feeling in your right hip, around the joint. Just notice what you feel and accept it. Last 2 long, slow breaths in this posture. And then after you finish your second breath, slowly start to move as slowly as you can. Uncross. Pull the knees into the chest. And then start to rock side to side, making circles, massaging the low back, but circling those knees around like you're stirring the pot, hugging the knees in, taking nice deep breaths here, in and out through the nose. Noticing what you feel in your right hip as the blood rushes back in. Start to bring the feet back on the wall. We're coming into a happy baby. So you'll want to turn your knees out like a V, okay, or a Y. Bring your feet on the wall. So the closer you are to the wall, the more intense this is going to be. You may shimmy up. The farther up your feet are, the less intense. So as you walk your feet down, the more intense it's going to be. So again, let's find your edge. Try to let those knees relax wide. Feet are into the wall. Knees are tracking over your toes here. Try to make sure your pelvis is level on the floor and you're not leaning to one side. And then let's bring the arms out wide again. Feel free to come into those cactus arms if that's where you'd like to be. Or again, bringing the arms up overhead, maybe grasping opposite elbow here. Taking some deep breaths here. Come back to that rectangle breathing. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a deep, complete exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to keep that breath going nice and deep. As you breathe, try to feel the belly and the ribs expand. Get deep into the low belly on your inhales. The breath can take you into that parasympathetic nervous system of relaxation, rest, and restore. So many of us these days are just breathing, shallow breathing into our chests. So breathing as deep as you can. Maybe even putting your fingertips on your belly and feeling it rise and fall. Try not to grip. Try to notice if you're gripping. Try to release, let go. We have about 1 minute left in this posture, so try to breathe deep through it. Make slow, gentle movements. Start to bring your arms back by your side. And then slowly, just little baby steps, start to walk your feet back in with your knees bent. Arms by your side and just windshield wiper the knees, side to side. It's not going to be a big movement here. But just taking your time. Deep breath. We have 2 more postures left in this practice. Start to walk your feet back up the wall. So again, the closer to you are to the wall, the more intense this is going to be. And the wider your feet go, the more intense. We're coming into a wall split. So we're going to walk our feet out long. Heels are on the wall, toes are off this time, and just let the wall support you as your legs come out wide. Try to breathe deep here. Again, arms can be by your side or overhead. Are you okay? Okay. Nice, deep, long, slow breaths. Nice, deep, long, slow breaths. Supported by the wall. Again, find where you're gripping here. Send the breath there. Maybe come back to that rectangle breath. Remember, we're trying to find a moderate stretch to the joint, so you should feel this posture. We have about 30 seconds in this posture, so just breathe through it. Slowly start to walk your right leg over towards your left. We're going to come into a spinal twist from here. So you're going to kind of tick-tock your right leg over to the left and then walk them down only as far as you can go, keeping that right shoulder on the ground. So hopefully that bottom leg is on the floor. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Use the wall to kind of prop you there. And then if it's comfortable, take your chin towards your right shoulder into that twist. Again, the closer to the wall, the more intense this is going to be. Arms can be out wide, coming out of the shoulder joint with the palms facing up. Find your edge, your posture, and then hold here. Find where you're gripping, where you're feeling sensation. Send those deep, long breaths there. Keep the breath going. Maybe even just take a scan of the body, see where you are at this moment. Slowly start to bring your chin back to center. We'll start to walk the legs back up the wall, coming back through center. Hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Take a little rock side to side. Nice deep breaths here. And then walk the feet back up onto the wall. Walk your right leg down. And then kind of tick-tock your left leg over to meet it. Only going as far as your shoulders stay down. So you're going to notice one side is probably going to be different than the other. If it's comfortable, take your chin towards your left shoulder. Use the wall as support. Maybe your feet come all the way down to the floor. Maybe they don't, kind of like mine are right here. And then take some nice deep breaths here. Chin is at your left shoulder if that's comfortable on your cervical spine. Take some deep breaths. Just allow your body, your spine to settle into this twist. Deep, long, slow breaths. Just give the body permission to be in this posture and breathe. You got a minute and a half left here. Try to make your breaths a little deeper. Maybe soften the shoulders a little more. last 30 seconds in this posture. Nice, deep, long, slow breaths. Just notice what you're feeling. Slowly bring the chin back to center. Start to walk your feet back up the wall. And just enough so you can kind of push yourself off, maybe even just spin out to the side. Bring the feet down on the floor and just let the knees windshield wiper here for a moment. Deep breaths. Come back through center, hug the knees into your chest. Hold in there. Little massage for that low back, right and left. Still continuing to breathe nice and deep. And then bring the feet to the floor. We'll finish in our final Shavasana. Legs can either be long or knees can be bent in constructive rest. Settle in. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale. And then just let the body be in stillness. If legs long bother you, bend the knees. Feet are wide, knees are together. Soften the space between the eyebrows and maybe just open and close the jaw. Let it relax. Notice that the shoulders have space away from the ears. The belly is soft. The body is supported. Notice where your mind goes in stillness. Slowly bringing a little life back into the body by wiggling your fingertips and toes. And then circling wrists and ankles. And eventually rolling over to one side into the posture of rebirth. Take a breath here. And then bring yourself up to seated. Find your roots, bring the hands to heart center, bow the chin. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope you have a lovely, lovely evening. The light and love in me humbly bows to the light and love in each of you. Namaste. Thank you guys. Everybody have a good night.